What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this midweek Wednesday. Doing real good myself. This is an article that I come across that entails YouTube hit with discrimination lawsuit by black creators over shady profiling tactics. The lawsuit, spanning almost 240 pages, details a litany of complaints against YouTube. All right. Now, this particular lawsuit is supposed to have been took place in 2020, okay? And I read through a little bit of it, you know what I'm saying? And I can definitely see that the lawsuit has merit, just from my own experiences on YouTube myself, and from what I've even heard, you know, other content creators, black content creators, say that they are experiencing with YouTube. You know, some of the tactics like unsubscribing people. You know, I've had probably like 3 or 4 people, you know, come to me and say, hey, this is the second time I have to subscribe to your channel, you know, stuff like that. And not to mention the taking down of comments in the comment sections, you know, when they'll take your comment down just for writing the word black, you know, inside of it, you know, your comment. You know, I've seen this. I just had that happen, you know, I think it was just last week, you know, and there's no need for all of that. There's really no need for all of these things that's going on YouTube, you know. And then you got these bots that come on here, you know, and they put in the comment section, you know, and then if you were to hit them, they'll have like sites for, you know, sexual content and all that kind of stuff, you know. So, you know, basically, and you know, basically this particular lawsuit does have merit. I must agree, you know, with this. As far as I'm concerned, I hope that they win. As far as I'm concerned, about a week to 2 weeks ago, it was a sister by the name of Shady for you. She was surprised because I think it was like she had lost her channel and it had been going for like a few years or whatever. Then all of a sudden her channel come back just like that. And she's still wondering, how did that happen? You know, I think it's because YouTube is trying to cover their own ass. You know, these YouTube moderators that are on here, they are out of control and they're doing things that they ain't got no business doing. They got too much power to do on this site. Probably like to take your channel down, you know, and when they weren't really authorized to do it, things like that, you know. I don't know, you know, but this is what I'm thinking, you know. It's just basically a theory, but I know they're doing a lot of things I don't think that they have the right to do. Now, to get into this particular article right here, it says, excuse me, just a week after YouTube announced that it will block content creators from gaming its ad system to help fundraisers for Black Lives Matter and related racial equity projects, the company has been hit with a lawsuit that alleges discrimination, shadow bans, misapplications of restriction mode, and more, you know. And funny, it should talk about shadow banning. You know, I've been on here probably about going on basically 3 years. You understand? And I'm up to like 100, no, not 100, but 872 subscribers on this channel. You know, and it seems like a lot of times when I get a subscriber or two, one tends to drop off, maybe 2 drops off, you know, and I'm like, well, they weren't dropping off all up until now. What's going on here? You know, things like that, you know. And also, I noticed like the more subscribers I get, the less views that I get. You know, it's like the views don't, you know, they pretty much stay the same. You know what I'm saying? I'd be surprised if I were to get 500 to 1,000, you know, 500 to 1,000 views. Okay. So there's something definitely going on here. And that's just what it is. Okay. Now to continue, the lawsuit was filed by a group of black YouTube content creators who argued that YouTube uses artificial intelligence to profile people of color on the platform for access restrictions, blocking demonetizations, demonetizations, suspensions, and removals from the platform based on the racial identity or viewpoint of the video creator. Okay? Goes on to say here, system shadow bans misapplied restricted mode. At one point in the lawsuit, it is argued that YouTube knowingly, intentionally, and systematically employs artificial intelligence, algorithms, computers, and machine-based filtering and review tools to target plaintiffs and all the persons similarly situated by using information about their racial identity and viewpoint to restrict access and drive them off YouTube. Okay? The lawsuit also argues that YouTube misapplied restricted mode to videos containing titles or tags with BLM or KKK racial descriptors like black and white, racism, white supremacy, Nazi, neo-Nazi, Aryan Brotherhood, and more. It also claims that YouTube shadow banned content creators who spoke of racial justice and similar viewpoints. Additionally, the group argued that YouTube's misapplied restriction mode made it difficult for people to find such videos in searches, thus limiting audience exposure. Okay? What YouTube says, the company has yet to respond to the allegation, but in the recent past, YouTube has voiced support for the Black Lives Matter protests. Over the recent demonstrations, the company CEO Susan Wojcicki, I guess that's her name, announced that YouTube launched a $100 million fund for racial justice and prompting black content creator voices. But those criticizing the platform have said that they want the company to thoroughly review and rectify its algorithm so these issues stop resurfacing. And I agree. You know what I mean? I mean, this whole entire lawsuit has merit as far as I'm concerned. Because like I said, we as, black, so-called black YouTube content creators has definitely experienced these things right here. And a lot of you guys who comment, you have experienced these things. The way your comments just took now, it don't make no sense. Now it says here, complaints stack up against YouTube. Okay, this isn't the first time that YouTube's algorithmic practices have come under scrutiny. Content creators have long decried that they perceive to be an unequal advantage in the platform system, especially when it comes to racial minorities and the ABCD community, creators. Popular content creators, critics worry, get more publicity, while aspiring creators with smaller followings often struggle to register even mere blips on the website's massive radar. On top of that, creators worry that the video's giants' community guidelines fail to protect users for harassment and abuse. This is a make or break moment for YouTube. If the company truly wants to signal sincere support for black content creators, it should, at the very least, look into rectifications for its algorithmic it's algorithmic practices. Just say that, algorithmic. Otherwise, this lawsuit won't be the last to hit the company. This is so true, And also for you guys, I just want to make sure a lot of you get the notifications, because I don't want them to use that as a situation. And reason why your views ain't going up is because a lot of people are not getting all notifications. So for those of you that are with me, I only ask that you hit your bells, notification bells. Hit on all notifications, and that way you get all notifications. You know what I'm saying? That will help me to keep the views, to get the views up, and what have you. Then that way you guys are counted, But yeah, I felt like this needed to be brought to the forefront. This happened in 2020, like I said at the beginning of the video. this lawsuit. And if something needs to be done. And I'm hoping that these guys, whoever it is that filed this lawsuit, I hope that they are successful at getting done what needs to be done. And that's to make YouTube a site, a fair site, basically, for us as a people as well as others. Okay, us first, because as far as I'm concerned, we're the ones that's affected the most by these kind of tactics. That's just what it is. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this particular video right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.